Coming up next, Mazda's CX-90 plug-in hybrid. Hey, Mark Savage here. This is Mazda's CX-90. They have a non-hybrid version and they have a hybrid version. The hybrid version is a plug-in hybrid. We'll show you that in just a second. But that gives you like 26 miles of electric range. So if you just run around town, you're going to be on electric most of the time. Otherwise, it's going to be a kind of a hybrid and with the gas engine in there, 2.5 liter i4. Restyled somewhat. This used to be the CX-9. Now it's a 90. They like changing the numbers every once in a while.
Because 90 is better than 9.
Pretty good size logo again. And it's as grills go, kind of a moderate sized grill, but a good looking nose. I like the chrome around here. It's a sharp looking vehicle. You know, got a long hood, the short back end on it.
It's kind of typical Mazda.
Big wheels, yeah, typical Mazda. And it's got a automatic hatch. Let's see what it does here. It's not going to do anything. Let's see if I unlock it if it does anything.
Oh, of course it. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Now, one of the weird things about this is that it likes to, as soon as you get out of the car, even you got this key fob in your pocket, like within 5 to 10 seconds, locks it all up, which is kind of odd because you need maybe a few more seconds to come back here and open things up and so forth. 3 rows, that's good. Easy, you know, up and down. Pull that, puts the headrest down, boom, put those down. They do fold flat. That one bounced back a little bit, but decent room in that 3rd row seat. We can show you that in just a minute too. Put that back up because otherwise it bangs you in the back of the head. Here's your cable to plug it in. And we'll go around this side and show you this is where we can plug it in. This is your plug. So if you go into the garage, plug it in overnight, you get your 26 miles of charge. You know, it's a quick vehicle and it handles pretty nicely, which is what another thing that Mazda is famous for. Okay, so see, it just locked itself. Locked itself up again. So I show you the plug-in on the other side. Here we go. And it doesn't want to do it. Now we got to go press a button in here.
Because it locked itself.
It locked itself. Oh, for crying out loud! There it goes.
There we go.
Boys and girls, premium fuel.
Oh,
but you know, I guess that's the price you pay for a little bit of power. Interior, nice soft black feel to everything here. I'm not sure if this is all leather. I think it is though. It's Napa leather for the seats, which are perforated. We've got some stitching in here, Paul. I don't know if you can see that. Yep. And there's a brown stripe in the back. I can't. Anyway, take my word for it. There's a that brown stripe on the seat gives it a little bit of style. I like the kind of herringbone metallic look here, but as I think we talked about it before, it's actually plastic, so it looks good.
Yeah, right.
But there's no texture to it because it's all flat on top.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all right. My drive, that's where you select whether you want sport, normal, or EV, or off-road. Normal is what you're going to want. Sport does firm the steering wheel up a little bit, and this has got a little guts to it because it's got like 325 horsepower, 323 horsepower. Nice. Yeah, so it'll get up and go for a big SUV. And, you know, but I like, you know, push button start. We got all the controls on the wheels. Mazda still insists on this crazy system for the touch screen here, and I can adjust all that. If you get your favorites, it's not hard to adjust onto the radio stations. There's my old people favorites, right? 70s, 80s, bridge, whatever. But let me show you this. Otherwise, it's like, well, now how do I go up or down a channel? I don't. It wants me to.
Oh, you got to go with whatever's the favorites in there.
Yeah, and then what I have to do is go backwards here. Let's do this. Go back. I hit channel list. I'm going to turn off the sound. Channel list. Then I can scroll up and down all I want to find what I want. But if you want to play that same channel frequently, better make it a favorite, which is easily enough done. It's just why again. We start making
one more
things,
step.
More and more steps. And to me, I want to drive my car. I don't want to have to play with all the buttons and all that. Good buttons here, though. Heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, all the climate controls there. We got nice toggles here for the temperature. And, you know, it is a big screen, so that's a plus. And otherwise, you know, pretty much standard stuff. We got a couple memory buttons over here for the seat. We got power seats. You know, nice interior. And what Mazda has been doing is, I think, making a little nicer interior, trying to make themselves more of a mid to upscale car maker, and I think they're succeeding in most ways. This one is you know, a new plug-in. It runs a little rough in a couple of different ways, but we'll explain that as we go.
But the interior is far from cheap.
Yes, the interior is far from cheap. It looks sharp. So 3-row seats. Second row got plenty of room here. You got heated seats in this. This is the Premium Plus version. So that has the heated back seats and front and heated and cooled front seats. Here's what I like is any of these, pull that, boom, quick, easy like that. Old man's got to crawl inside, but here, I'll flip this up too. But, you know, pull the seat back to a reasonable length. Now, obviously, it's not, you don't want it all the way back, but get about there. And there we go. The headrest always folds down when you pull the seat down. But decent foot room. Obviously, this has the captain's chair, so you got a little extra room that way. Fold up cup holder there, all right next to you. If you want, you can fold this up.
Oh, wow.
That's nice. So pretty comfortable for, you know, at least 6 people. They can get 7 in here. On the very low end version of this, which isn't low end, but it has a bench seat in the middle, so you could get 8 people in here. Here's a little oddity here, is the shift knob here. I've got to pull in a button in the front, push it over to get the reverse, which isn't so bad, and then, you know, I can back it up, then put it in D for drive, but when I want to put it back in park, I got to push it up to reverse, then pull it back over to park. Most of the things these days have a button with a P on it, puts it right into park, or parks all the way up here, you just slide it up.
Kind of like a Hirsch shifter.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
they're trying to do.
Yeah, why make it more complex? Yep. So Paul, you see, you know, EV lights up over here above my D, because we're on electric power when you back up and when you start going slowly. Usually it goes till about 15 to 20 mile an hour. Let's see when it clicks off here today. And we're going a little bit uphill, so that might affect it a little bit. There's 20, almost 20. Yeah, so 21 miles an hour, the EV kicks out. So again, it's helping your gas mileage when you're in the city going slower speeds, right? Or when you're stopping and starting, or just when you're backing out of the driveway. So we're taking a drive in the CX-90. Typical Mazda has nice responsive steering. So it feels a little bit sporty. I mean, it's hard to say a big SUV is sporty, right, Paul?
Right. Unless it's like a Durango Hellcat or something like that. But
it feels, you know, it feels good. It, you know, it handles nicely. It's got a special kinetomatic something or other that when you're going around a corner like this, it breaks the inside wheel in the back a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And that helps it corner a little better.
It's okay if we're on a racetrack.
Got a little less lean to it.
Yeah.
But next time I race, you know, my SUV, that's awesome. Or if I'm going 100 mile an hour on the freeway when I shouldn't be, but, you know, I'm going around a turn. But it's got good power, which we'll show you in just a minute. But what bothers me a little bit is the ride. It's a little firm.
It is a little firm.
It's more than a little firm. Actually, when we were driving, my family and I headed down to Chicago this weekend in this, it feels like a minivan. It's got that little bit of vibration that's always going. It's got a long wheelbase, you would think, with a 122-inch wheelbase. It
feels like a short wheelbase.
It does. It feels like a much shorter wheelbase.
Like a BMW or something.
It's like they tried to tune it for sport, but it didn't need to be tuned for sport. It's not for sport. So, again, 323 horsepower. If I go with the gas version, it goes all the way from 280 horsepower up to about 345 horsepower, as I recall. And so it's got plenty of power no matter whether you get a gas or electric. Yeah, we're going to head onto the highway here in just a second, and we'll see what it's got for acceleration. Again, we're not expecting it to be a rocket, but
yeah, we got to wait behind a Bronco here.
We're going to wait around for somebody to get up to speed here. All right, we will slowly make our way here, and then we will give it a second.
All right, hit it.
Here we go.
Ooh.
See, it's got the...
There's a nice little roar to it.
2.5 liter engine in here, and you know, this is going to get us up to the highway speed and a little more, and really pretty smooth.
You know, that
That's not
really was nice.
No,
that was fun.
Yeah, that is sportier than I think we anticipated.
I was surprised too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cop right there. Yeah.
Well,
folks, we were not doing this. Hello, officer.
hopefully we're all good.
Yeah. I think she was doing reports or something. Is she gonna nab us?
So far, none. So, speedy onto the highway. Not a bad thing, right?
Right.
And that was in sport mode. I definitely put it back into sport mode for that. Here we go back here. We're in that. Let's go to comfort, normal. Not comfort, they call it normal on this one. But that's good too. Again, it's not bad. There's a little hesitation and there's just a little bit of pickup, slower pickup when you're in the normal mode. And it just seems like it doesn't run quite as smoothly when it's making that transition from the EV to the gas power if you're doing more than just cruising around the neighborhood and barely getting up over the 20 mile an hour or so.
One thing I noticed is the off-road setting.
Yes.
I don't see taking this vehicle off-road.
It's got 8 inches or so of ground clearance, which isn't bad, but
not a lot.
But it's a 3-row family-oriented SUV. I mean, are you taking that off-road and jeeping with this, Paul?
Most likely not.
All right. This is a nice 3-row crossover / SUV. I mean, I think this is an SUV because it's a daggone big, Paul. But there's not a lot of plug-in hybrid versions of stuff like that. There's the Sorento that's out there.
Oh, they're beeped. They're locked. Yep.
See, I was out of the car for 5 seconds, so it locked it up. We can't get back.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's just not a whole lot of stuff out there. So the good news is that if you need a 3-row, this is available. The plug-in hybrid goes anywhere from about 50,000 up to about 60,000. This one's almost 60, the way it sits here. This is the top of the line again, the Premium Plus. If you want to get the gasoline-powered version, those start at about 41,000, so a whole lot less, up to about 51,000. So if you want to save a little money up front, you go with the gas route. If you want to save money over time and you're going to keep your car for 8 or 10 years, the plug-in hybrid would make more sense. Again, what I like about plug-ins is that if you're not driving over 20-30 miles a day, most of the time you're running on electric, so you're saving a little bit of fuel that way, obviously, plus you're also not polluting quite as much. So, hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.